Hey everyone, it's CurlyHairedHero, and welcome back to Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. So, last time we finished up the Team Rocket hideout that was in Celadon City. Managed to take on Jesse and James, as well as one of the Team Rocket admins, Archer. Then shortly after that, we actually had to take on the Team Rocket fucking leader, Giovanni. But we defeated all three of this freaking Team Rocket gauntlet and managed to get not only the Sylph Scope, which we can now use in the Lavender Tower, which is where we are now, to see the ghosts that were haunting this area, which are actually just normal fucking ghost Pokemon. But in addition, we managed to somewhat free the... I think I already have a gold bat, actually. Yeah. Let's not even bother. We managed to somewhat free the Cubone that Jesse and James had coerced into coming with them as a gift for their boss Giovanni. But the Cubone ran all the way back over here to Lavender Town to try and find its mom. So we're still in hot pursuit of Cubone here, making our way making our way through the Lavender Tower. Not Lavender Tower, the Pokemon Tower. So we can find out where the little buddy Cubone is. Make sure he doesn't get into any more trouble. In addition to that, we're also trying to find Mr. Fuji, who is an old man that resides here in Lavender Town and takes care of a lot of the sort of abandoned orphan Pokemon in the area. After hearing what happened to Cubone, he went out and, tried to beat the shit out of Team Rocket, but now he's gone missing. So that's pretty much it. On top of that, last time, specifically, I talked about my sort of pre-impressions of the Nintendo Direct that was going to drop the next day regarding the next generation of Pokemon games, which we now know is actually about the next generation of Pokemon games. I had originally kind of hoped and theorized that it would not be about it, that they were going to sprinkle a little bit, which it kind of was. I mean, the Direct itself was only maybe 7 minutes long. The actual content that they showed was 2 minutes long, and I am by no means complaining. Like I said last time, I really just wanted a taste of Generation 8. They mentioned it before when they announced, I think, Pokemon Let's Go. They had just basically said, they kind of talked about Let's Go, and then they said that Generation 8 is in production, and that's all I wanted to hear at the time. Now I just want to hear, see a little bit more, and that's all I got. We got a little bit more of Generation 8, got the starter Pokemons and all that stuff, which is great. That's all I really wanted to see. Nothing more, nothing less. Usually Nintendo likes to blow, or I don't know if it's necessarily Nintendo or if it's Game Freak. We have a Cubone, so let's not confuse ourselves with the Cubone that we're looking for. That's not the Cubone you're looking for. We don't have a Ghastly, actually. Let's go ahead and actually catch this guy here. Ghastly are huge. It's funny because, I don't know if you remember the last episode when I used the Sylph Scope for the first time. Freaking, what's his name? Haunter was humongous. Whoa. Launch that Pokemon to the sky. Oh man. This is kind of hard because my Switch is a little bit to the side, not to mention that, catching in this game still balls, unless you're using this game in handheld mode. Alright. Because I can't seem to get the in-between. Come on, Ghastly, just stop. This is hard enough as it is. There we go. Yeah, Haunter was freaking huge. He took up the entire screen, but I don't know if it was just because they were trying to show that he was kind of in the air, sort of like a forced perspective where he was kind of floating up the top, which is why he looked so humongous. Because I know Gengar himself is only 4 feet tall. Ghastly is kind of big, and so is Haunter, but nowhere near as big as they made that Haunter look in that little cutscene there. But in any case, last time I was talking about how I was hoping the trailer, or the Direct, I should say, was actually going to be about Generation 4 remakes, because I really wanted to play the remakes. I had theorized that maybe they were going to show a little bit of Generation 8, which it did, and that they were going to focus on Generation 4, and that it was going to be the last games on the DS, and all that kind of stuff. None of that actually happened, unfortunately. No mention of Generation 4. Whether or not we actually will get a Generation 4 remake is still up in the air. I'm assuming they will. I don't know why they wouldn't. There is, I guess, some sort of, how do I say this? The fact that they have like all the like, it's obviously in a European-inspired region for Generation 8, right? And they have a lot of like mountains and stuff, and so maybe that'll connect to like Mount Coronet in the one I'm take down. I don't want to take down to Generation 4 and stuff like that, and maybe they'll link it up like that. And they do have like some sort of they haven't really released anything about the legendaries yet. But clearly, you know, Shield and Sword, there's going to be some sort of medieval time kind of thing. The wolves on the logos kind of say that. It gives you like a nice little Game of Thrones-y sort of thing. I don't know how well that'll link up to, you know, Generation 4, which was a lot more mythological, a lot more Japanese and Buddhist and stuff like that. So I don't know if there's going to be any sort of link. Because, you know, they kind of did that with, you know, Generations, what was it? With X and Y and, you know, Auras, they kind of had that somewhat of a connection they tried to force there. I don't know what they're going to do here with Generation 4. We'll have to just wait and see. But I definitely don't see them not making a remake. That's, you know, easy money there. And it would have made sense for them to not make a remake, but like I've been saying, Nintendo has been doing a really great job every year of like, we think the obvious thing, like, oh, we'll get Pokemon Z, and it's like, nope, fuck you, you're not getting Pokemon Z. Or, you know, oh, you're gonna get Pokemon Gray, you're like, nope, not getting that one either. Oh, they're gonna do something else, Delta episode, or like all these other things, and they're like, nope, stop trying to guess our stuff, we're gonna do the exact opposite of what you want us to do. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I mean, I can't say, I find it really hard to believe that there will be no Generation 4 remake. Like that's just really, 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 really hard to believe. That there would just be no way Game Freak and Nintendo are like, you know what, fuck Generation 4. Let's just go ahead and make Generation 8, and then just keep on going from there. And then maybe we'll think about making, you know, Gen 5 again or something like that. Like, I find it extremely hard to believe that there's just going to be no Generation 4 remakes. I just don't know when they would do that. If they're going to really wait into after Generation 8 and then make it on the Switch. Because by the time that comes out, the 3DS is going to be dead. Like, 3DS is an amazing console that's been out for like the dawn of time. It's been doing amazing, has probably the best library of any handheld system at the very least that's ever been created. There's no way they're gonna make. There's just no way they're gonna support it by the time, you know, by when Generation 8 has already been out for a while, right? By then, you know, it's 2020 or something like that. There's no way that 3DS is still gonna be supported. So there's no way that Gen 4 is gonna come out on the 3DS. So to think that the remakes are gonna come out on the Switch kind of changes things, and it also means, you know, development is going to take a little bit longer, because obviously developing on the Switch takes more time than the 3DS, or maybe they'll just kind of sneakily announce it like at E3 and it'll just fucking drop like sometime before. Like, I don't know. They're expecting the release dates for Shield and Sword to be sometime in 2019, which really surprised me. So I'm assuming a late, you know, Christmassy, I mean, not Christmas, but usually November release for Shield and Sword is what I'm expecting, unless it gets delayed. So obviously, I don't think they're going to release 2 Pokemon games back to back. Like, they're not going to, like, E3 this year be like, oh, by the way, Gen 4, here you go. Like, unless they release Gen 4 over the summer. But I still think that's way too close for a Pokemon game. So I don't really know what's going to happen with Gen 4. But either way, enough about Gen 4. Let's talk about Generation 8. Because that's what really matters. So the Direct was all about Generation 8. They showed the protagonist. They showed a lot of shots of the region, which was really, really, really pretty. I'm really excited to walk around the gallery region. It has a lot of like diverse elements to it. I'm really excited to see what they do with it. I'm hoping that there are a lot of cool elements in it. Like there's a lot of shit to do, and primarily, like, I don't care so much about the shit to do. It's more the fact that there's shit to do that's not part of the story. Like, I hope that there's a lot of waste of timey stuff. That's what I really want. That's what I feel like they didn't really do well in Sun and Moon. They did a little bit more of that in what the fuck was the name of the next one? Ultra Sun and Moon. They did more of that, which was nice, but they need a little bit more of that. It's something I touched on later, or earlier, I should say, in an earlier episode about like events and stuff. Like, they don't really have to do it to the extent that I talked about in that episode, where it was like managed events in game that happen, and you know, keeps the player coming back. And they're like online events, PvP, PvE. They don't have to do stuff like that. I'm not even talking to that extent, right? I'm just talking about, you know, just shit that goes on weekly, daily, that you can do. Like, you know how in the best example I can think of is in Generation 2, where, you know, every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday they had the bug catching contest, stuff like that makes the game feel a lot more alive. You know, it makes me coming back. Like, I hate to like correspond to like these kinds of terms are basically like daily quests, or like dailies, what they call like what they have in like free-to-play games, where they have dailies where you can do certain missions every day to fulfill certain requirements, give you free stuff, something like that. Kind of, it doesn't have to be every single day, but just little things that happen throughout the game. I'm hoping they do a lot of things like that, because, you know, the reason I say that is just like the region looks so cool, and they have like so many like little elements everywhere, so it'd be a waste, like they do every single game, where you go through this region and these areas just the one time, and you see all these cool things, and then you have no reason to ever go back ever again, aside from like, you know, there's a move tutor there, or there's some one event that gives you the one thing, you know, stuff like that is fine, but give the game a little bit more life, you know? Give me a reason to come back to these towns. Like, the best example is like in one of the best examples is like, I always forget a lot of the gym leaders that exist, because you just go in, you beat them, and if there's nothing in their town, they don't matter anymore. Like Ramos from Sun and Moon. The only reason I remember him is because there were a lot of times where he was brought up and I had no idea who the fuck he was. Now I know him just for the sheer fact that before I was like, who the hell even is that? You know? Like, I don't even know what the name of his town is. All I remember from him is that he has a go-go, I think, and that his gym you swing in vines, but that's mainly because that was also in the trailer for the game, and they showed that off a lot. But I have no idea what happens in the town. And then like Grant, for example, I know he has a rock climbing gym, and that was cool, and he was like, you know, a rock climber, and you had to kind of climb rocks in his gym, and that was really cool, but I don't remember anything fucking else. I think his town was cool. I don't know. Like, I want to have memorable experiences, which I know is a little bit difficult for me per se, because I'm a lot older. So I go through these games a lot quicker and a lot more sort of like, all right, let's just fucking blast through all this shit than I did maybe when I was younger. And I'm not trying to say like, you know, I have super fond memories of Pilot Town or fucking New Bark Town or I don't know, Air Creek City, you know, stuff like that. But those towns are way more memorable than a lot of the towns now, because they have other shit in them. Like Air Creek City is a bad example, because, you know, you have Ho-Ho and, you know, the towers and stuff. There's actual a reason to go back there. But that's what I mean. Like, I just want some sort of stuff like that. Who the hell is learning Outrage? What in the actual fuck? Okay, alright, Stingmon, learning Outrage. Not really a good move for you per se, but I mean, what the fuck, why not? We'll give you that outrage, I guess. But anyways, I'm really hoping that they really make full use of the region, because they really seem like they made it really nice and diverse, and everything looks really cool. One of the other things that I really liked is that they brought back the wild battle, which is fine. The graphics look really great. They have like this nice anime shell-shaded style, which is amazing. But combining those two things, I saw the trailer. They were kind of like, a lot of people have been speculating about this, but they were kind of creeping up into a wild battle. So I'm hoping they're bringing back that feature from Oraz. In general, I hope they go back and they bring back some of the features from previous games, because I understand sort of Game Freak, I guess, wants those features just to stay there to be part of those games or something like that, or to make those games unique. So like, you know, Oraz has the desk nav and the habitat decks and stuff like that, whereas Generation 4 has the Poke Etch and stuff like that. Rather than just bring all those features into other games, they keep it in those games so you can experience those in those games and whatnot. But fuck that, please bring back some of those features. I mean, you can't bring back the Poke Etch because that's kind of like a DS kind of thing, so I get that. But, you know, the habitat decks was amazing. You can bring back the what is it called? Either the Versus Seeker or whatever it was in the Pokenav for Generation 3, like the ability to rebattle trainers, like little features like that. Like, I don't understand why they won't bring back. Like, it's not like they've shied away from bringing over features. They've kept the experience share. They reworked the experience share in Generation 6, and they carried over to 7, and now even in Let's Go, where it's not even an item, it's just naturally a thing in the game, you know? You can't even turn it on and off anymore. Stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm hoping they'll bring back more little features like that. But other than that, the game looks great. There wasn't really too much that was revealed. I can't really talk too much about what's been revealed. I'm really interested to find out about the Nazca lines. I've been calling them that, but I don't think it's accurate. But they have like these giant like crop circle thing where they showed a shot of it and it looked like the astronaut. That looks really cool. I'm guessing that'll play a big part in the ethos and mythology of the land. So it's kind of weird to combine that with the whole Game of Thrones aesthetic. It makes sense given that, you know, they have like the whole farm region kind of stuff, and then they also have the sort of industrial region. So it's a real big mix of different environments and stuff, which is what I'm really excited about. But other than that, the only other thing... Ooh, Haunter. The only other thing that they showed... See, look how big that guy looks. I don't think Haunter's that big. I know I'm 10, but Haunter's, I think, only like 3-4 feet tall, because I know Gengar is about 4 feet tall. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Look at that. There's no way, unless this woman here is like 7 feet tall, there's no way that Haunter that I'm about to encounter is as big as it actually is. But in any case, yeah, they didn't really show too much aside from like the various environments, which I'm really excited about. They did confirm a lot of different sort of like features, like the wild encounters. The gyms are back, which is I'm okay with. I had no problem with with them experimenting in Generation 7. I just feel like they could have done it a little bit better. So I kind of wish that they maybe not tried it again, because they didn't really do anything with it in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. They kind of just did the same exact shit. Like, they didn't try and change up. They experimented before and they didn't really expand on it a little bit more, which is kind of what I was hoping they would do in those games. And in the next generation of games, they would try some sort of combination or something like that. Maybe they still will. Maybe one of the gyms will be sort of like a trial captain kind of thing, or maybe they'll figure something out. Maybe the gyms won't be straight up normal gyms like they are in the other games. Maybe they'll still do something different. We'll see. Which I'm totally okay with. But yeah, I'm okay either way with them going back to gyms or being a little experimental. Because they've been doing gyms for so long. I just wish they did a little bit more tweaking on the child captain stuff, because I don't think it came out as they wanted it to. But in any case, they confirmed that gyms are back. The Pokemon League is still a thing. Yeah, this weird soccer league kind of thing. So I wasn't sure if it was like a soccer thing, because they showed a shot of the male protagonist in what seems to be like soccer clothing. But my first impression was actually that it was more of like a Pokemon League team kind of thing, which would be amazing. I'm hoping that's the case, and they treat it like a soccer league, which would make hella sense. But I don't know if it's that or if it's just some sort of like soccer minigame that you can focus on. Soccer minigame would be cool. It's just the fact, the way that they showed it sort of at the end of the trailer, kind of, and they gave it a little bit more time than usual, makes me think that's a little bit more important than just a little, side thing. But we'll have to just wait and see about that. But yeah, other than that, the only other thing they showed was the new Pokemon. You got Scorbunny, Guroki, and Swaddle, I think is the name of the water type. And it looked pretty cool. A lot of people are upset because, everyone's always upset about everything that ever happens ever, because they gotta be upset about something. They can't go throughout their life without being upset. So a lot of people are upset that they don't like the starters, and I could give a shit. I think the starters look pretty good. I am definitely, right now, I'm fond of Scorbunny. My only gripe, as everyone else, is that it probably is going to end up being firefighting, which, isn't horrible. I would rather it not be firefighting, but at the same time, considering that it's going to be like it seems to be some sort of soccer hooligan player kind of thing, especially with its legs being on fire and it being a bunny. It would make perfect sense for it to be a firefighting type. The only other type I can think of is maybe fairy. That's about it. But yeah, firefighting is what I would assume it's going to be. Let's just go ahead and heal up Arcanine real quick. Firefighting just makes the most sense. So I'm not really against it being that typing, because it does make sense. I just wish it wasn't, because it's kind of lame. There's so many, it's just the fact that there's so many of them, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, all right, it's okay, just be what you're gonna be. If that's what you gotta be, that's what you gotta be. But just know that I'm not 100% happy about it. I'm like 50%, maybe 60% happy about it. But I'll grow to love you anyways. Is my feelings towards it being firefighting. Other than that, I think the starters look okay. Swaddle looks a little weird, but he's a tadpole, I'm guessing. So that's why he looks like that. I feel like I'll probably like him later on. We'll have to see what it is that he'll evolve into. I'm hoping he can't be a ninja frog again. We already had Greninja. So I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen there. I'm guessing Groki is going to be this big brolic-ass monkey, which I'm pretty excited to look at. I've kind of put all my chips into Scorbunny, but I might end up switching to Team Groki. I'm not entirely sure yet. It all depends on which way they go with the evolutions. And then Swaddle, I don't know what they're going to do with him. Because I can kind of envision, Scorbunny being big soccer bunny. Groki being big brolic bunny that just fucks shit up. Basically like Mega Swampert, I'm picturing, but as a grass monkey. That's kind of what I'm picturing. And then Swaddle, I'm guessing he's just going to be some sort of frog. Be gone. Be gone, intruders. Gah! This one's bigger than the last one. Why are you such a pansy? Curly, use the thing! The thing you lose last time! true form of the ghost was the restless spirit of Cubone's mom. The mother spirit was calmed, returning to its kind and gentle nature. It departed to the afterlife and disappeared. Cubone, you just came because you wanted to see your mom, huh? Sorry for thinking your mom was scary, Cubone. Curly, I don't want to leave Cubone alone like this. I'm gonna take it home. Oh, if there's someone named Fuji upstairs, do you think you could see him home too? I've got this. You're not scared at all, Curly. Man, you're full of confidence, pal. You definitely seem dependable. What? You rescued Cubone from Team Rocket? When did you go and get that strong? Right, well then, I guess I'll leave this up to you, Curly. Come on, Cubone. Chris Kane, signing out. I've just pretty much given up on the impression at this point. Well, alright, so that was the saddest thing that I've ever seen. Thankfully, Cubone's mom has been laid to rest after seeing her son for the last time. And hopefully now both Marowak and Cubone can get some, Marowak can get some rest, and Cubone can go on and live a somewhat more peaceful life without having to worry about seeing his mom. Okay, I don't know how I did that. Made Haunter just look straight up down at the ground. That was kind of weird. Alright, let's see if we can find this old ass man. Stop right there! We'll be going first! With the Spectre out of the way, we can finally get to the top. You're the old geezer they call Mr. Fuji, right? You're going to be repeating your Pokemon research for the glory of Team Rocket. Ignore us all you like. We're all used to it. We won't take no for an answer. You'll help the boss whether you want to or not. You guys not? Gramps here thinks he can resist, but we're setting him straight. You'd better disappear, twerp, or be prepared to fight. Let's take on these clowns real quick. Challenged by Jesse and James again. I don't know who I have second. I think I have Madonna, who needs to get the fuck out of there. Because unfortunately, Madonna is a fairy type, so she's going to get riggedy wrecked. Let's go ahead and dig on Arbok here and get Madonna the hell out of there. Go into your boy. Let's try out Outrage, actually. Let's go into Stingmon here, who resist all of these attacks either way, so. Stingmon! Go ahead and use Dig. Get rid of Arbok. I always go for Arbok first because it has the Poison Jab. And it's, I feel like it's a lot more dangerous, but Weezing is a lot more of a defensive Pokemon, so I figured it won't really be that big of a deal, but alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and use this Outrage. Hit that thing with a Dig. Decent damage, and go with fucking Outrage, just get all pissed. Beat the shit out of this Arbok, do barely any damage. Awesome. And then get paralyzed for your troubles. Oh, no. Arcanine's the one that gets paralyzed. Oh, that sucks. Gonna get hit with a Dark Pulse here, which kind of sucks as well. Alright, well, this isn't looking great. I could use another Dig, but I could get paralyzed again. Let's go for a Dig on Weezing and hope that Outrage hits Arbok and finishes it off. Yep, alright. At the very least, we got that down. Good job, Stingmon. And now you're confused, which isn't really the greatest. But we do get a level up, which is nice, up to level 32. Pretty soon, next episode, I'm going to end up switching up a lot of my... Well, maybe not switching up a lot of my Pokemon, but pretty soon, like I've mentioned, I'm going to get a lot more Pokemon. I'm going to try and see how I can work it out. I have to see sort of if I can, because I want to get this set of 3 Pokemon, and I want to get them together because they're kind of a set of Pokemon, right? In terms of like, you can kind of like group these Pokemon together typically. So I wanted to get them all together in one episode because I want to have them on my team. The only problem is that I don't know if I'm actually able to get them all right now. So I'm going to have to go ahead and see if I can even do that. The fastest way is digging. That's going to take 2 turns. But then other than that, there's like 3 other Pokemon that I also wanted to get. So I'm basically going to end up rounding out my team. I just wanted to round out my team in a more balanced out way, so I wanted to stretch it out. So I'm still trying to figure that out, because I don't want to, like, you know, get all 6 of the Pokemon that I want to get right now, and then not catch any Pokemon for the team for the rest of the playthrough. So I'll try and spread it out a little bit. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens, whether or not I can even catch most of these Pokemon now. In any case, we're taking on Jesse, or we've destroyed Jesse and James again. Seriously, again? Looks like Operation Stealthily Kidnap Fuji is a bust, then. Don't you think I know that? It'll be fine. We'll just have to help out with the takeover of Silph in Saffron City. Looks like Team Rocket's blasting off again! This guy's just asleep, I think. Hey, you want to maybe react to something? Oh, who might you be? You came to save me from Team Rocket? Thanks, I didn't even notice they were here. I was too busy trying to calm the spirit of Marowak. I think Marowak's spirit has finally left us. I must thank you for your kind concern. Follow me to my home. It's the Pokemon house at the foot of this tower. So, Curly, your Pokédex quest is one that requires strong dedication. Without deep love for your Pokemon, it would be hard to complete such a task. I'm not sure how to help you, but I'd like you to have it. Get the Pokemon Flute from Mr. Fuji. Upon hearing the Poke Flute, sleeping Pokemon will stream awake. Try using it if you ever find a sleeping Pokemon. I just realized these drawings are fucking adorable. My god. In any case, let's go ahead and heal up. So, now that we actually have the Poke Flute, we can actually wake up this giant sleeping chonker over here. Let's go ahead and actually save the game. So, one of the interesting things here about Snorlax is we're going to come up to it. Pokemon is sprawled out in a deep and uncomfortable slumber. Do you want to use the Poke Flute? Sure. All of a sudden, we know how to play the Poke Flute. He's all like, what the fuck, bro? And then I guess Mr. Fuji comes in. There's something I forgot to mention when I gave you the Poke Flute. Oh, perfect timing. You see, this Pokemon is called Snorlax. It's been known to attack the first thing it sees after waking up. It thinks what it sees is food. Since it can be pretty dangerous, please help it calm down by battling with your Pokemon. Once you defeat it, it'll become more docile. You should be able to catch it just like any other Pokemon. Snorlax mistook you for food and attacked. So, unlike most wild encounters in this game, you actually have to battle Snorlax first. And it has a sort of like totem Pokemon effect where its attack is raised, which is pretty interesting. And there's a timer. I had actually forgotten about that. So I guess we have to do it in a certain amount of time. Oof, that is going to destroy us. Well, okay then. Let's go ahead and immediately go into Mr. Nito. And just hit this damn thing with a brick break if it's just going to be fucking trying to wreck our entire party like this. Should be able to at least do a shit ton of... Wow, that didn't do as much as I thought. This headbutt is probably going to hurt. Oof. I think I might be able to then afterwards go into Gohan and then the Sizzle should have... Ugh. That's fine. The Sizzle Slide would have been able to finish it off, but thankfully he just went for Yawn, and we can finish this thing off with another Brick Break. So now that we've actually defeated it, we're going to go ahead and switch over to now the Catch mode. I'm going to immediately throw out this fucking berry, switch into my Ultra Balls here, and toss it at this big hunka chunka. And that's not enough. At the very least, it's a Snorlax, so it doesn't move around as much, but we do get the excellent, so hopefully this will catch it, and we'll get a shit ton of experience. Okay. Let's try one more time. Oh, didn't get the excellent. Either way, if we catch it, I know we'll get a bunch of experience, but that excellent would have been nice. Let's try it again. Got the great at the very least. Come on. Okay. That's not going to do it. Let's try another berry. Since, you know, we have so many of them and we just legitimately never really use it. Whoops. I don't know why that went that way. Should... Oof, missed the excellent. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, Snorlax, you're being a real McAsshole right now. Great. Come on. Come on. Come on. I got a bunch of berries for you. There you go. That did it. Just gotta coerce him with food. And just like that, Snorlax was caught. Gave us quite a good amount of experience. Not as much as I was hoping, not as much as I was hoping for, but alright. Either way, we got Snorlax. We'll eat anything, even if the food happens to be a little bit moldy. That's disgusting. It never gets an upset stomach. Okay, that's still gross, but... Oh, my, Curly, that was impressive. There are other Pokemon out there that will try to attack trainers just like Snorlax did. When facing such a Pokemon, the best thing to do is defeat it, then catch it. Remember, defeat then catch, in that order. Well, see you later then. I think the only Pokemon that would do that are legendary Pokemon, to be honest. You can only use the Poke Flute on Snorlax, so there's that. Kind of a useless item. You can use it, I believe, to wake up your sleeping Pokemon, but that's about it. In any case, stay fresh.
Who's that Pokémon?
Moltres.